Welcome to Behind the Badge with your special guest, Lieutenant Williams, your news source for all things police in the city of Fond du Lac.
This is KFIZ Today. It's a Friday, and that means Behind the Badge, our weekly visit with the Fond du Lac Police Department. And no guests today, Lieutenant Ryan Williams.
I'm so lonely.
Just getting used to you having new friends come in here. You guys have had a lot of new hires, lateral hires, and or people going on to the academy.
And I had an extra special guest lined up for today, but
What happened?
I finally got my help. I got a helper. We appointed a new recruitment retention specialist, and I already put them to work. They went and started recruiting over at Fox Valley Technical College, so that's why they're not here today. But I'm gonna have that person on hopefully our next show.
Okay.
And then we'll meet that person. I won't even announce their name yet because I want the
Big tease.
police department to officially announce it.
Got it. No, that makes sense. And it's good that you're putting them to work.
Yeah.
Them. To
Or
work.
her.
Right. I said that.
Him or her.
I meant them. I
Yes.
meant to say them. Glad that you're putting them to work because obviously you guys are still looking to fill some spots and want to build up the force.
Yeah, this one's a little bit even better because everyone that knows what I do for the police department knows I do a lot of things, and this will help me be better, do less better, because they'll take some of that workload off me and do a good job at it. So
Absolutely. That's great.
So the biggest news in the Fond du Lac Police Department has been we had an animal abuse case that came through, and there's a video of the abuse that's kind of gone viral on TikTok.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna read the latest investigation update on it, and then we'll kind of talk about it because we're still getting a lot of emails and texts and phone calls about it. So. This is updated as of 10/2 of 2023. This is the most up to date that we have of today. But the City of Fond du Lac Police Department executed a search warrant in the 100 block of North Burger Parkway this afternoon and took custody of the dog. The dog was transported to a veterinary clinic for an assessment of any injuries or illnesses that require attention. The dog was playful and energetic and was happy to see our officers. No further details or information are being released at the time. So that was the most up to date. So before that, on October 1st, we had a press release on the mistreatment of an animal. So on Saturday, September 30th, 2023, at approximately 1:59 p.m., the City of Fond du Lac Police Department responded to the 100 block of North Burger Parkway for a report from an individual who was walking their dog and witnessed a male punch and kick at a dog. Fond du Lac Police Department is also aware of a social media post depicting alleged animal cruelty from the same incident on Saturday. Fond du Lac Police Department opened up an active investigation from the time of the original complaint. The investigation led to an identification of a 38-year-old male Fond du Lac resident as a suspect. Fond du Lac Police Department was unable to have contact with the suspect as he fled prior to police arrival on Saturday. On Sunday, the police department observed the 38-year-old male suspect driving in the area of West Johnson Street and North Seymour Street and conducted a traffic stop. The suspect was taken into custody without incident and was held at the Fond du Lac County Jail on multiple charges. Our Chief Aaron Goldstein said, "Animals are considered to be members of the family for so many pet owners, including myself. We appreciate everyone, some from all over the nation who reached out through email and Facebook posts about the incident. We are currently working through the process of custody of the animal for assessment for any injuries or illnesses and requires attention. We will release all update," and that was the update that I released.
Okay.
We have gotten a huge response on this. It's amazing, and I understand. It's former canine handler, pet lover. People are very much in love of their animals, and to say that we did not slack on this would be an understatement. I mean, to the point where we had our detective bureau involved. We served a search warrant. We had several investigations going on. Obviously, the person fled, so we didn't have custody of them. So we were able to get them in a traffic stop, which might mean that we might have been looking for that person. And take him into custody. The dog is safe now, but the response has been amazing. And then what happens with social media is things live way past their resolve. So this has been in a way resolved where the person is being held accountable, they're in jail. There's really nothing more until like the court trial happens or anything that we can do. But TikTok TikTok and social media sometimes works at a slower pace because it builds in viewers, and then so like you share it, and then you share it, and then you share it, and you share it, and eventually what happened this week is going to be a month down the road. We're still going to be hearing about this incident, and I got an email today about why aren't we holding the person accountable? It's like there's nothing more we can do. Like we've done more than like probably even most departments may do on this. Like we've done everything that we could possibly do on this incident, and I get it because like your heart's into it, and you tend to like maybe jump to conclusions, but the Fond du Lac Police Department has done everything they possibly could for this animal and holding people accountable for their actions. But we're going to be continuously to get like things because the TikTok video is just getting out there more and more and more and more and more. And as I'm talking, those that have TikTok are probably looking up the video right now.
Right.
And it does exist out there. If you look for it, you can find it. But the point of this is there was a call to action, and this was, and as you can tell, it was even before it really kind of went viral, that we reacted really quickly, we reacted very swiftly, we were able to hold all parties accountable, and we came to the most desired resolution. Now, most of the people that have been reaching out have kind of applauded our response to it, so that is good, but rest assured that like we'll hold those accountable and that the dog is safe. And we're still getting like repercussions that the dog's not safe for some reason, but that's not the case.
That's not the case, so that's good that you've been able to set the record straight there. And when you look at the growth of social media in your time as a police officer, I mean, how has that, I don't want to say changed, but challenged the job that you guys do?
I think it has changed and challenged. For one, a lot of people believe that officers were against people with cell phones and stuff because, now the public is recording us and everything. And in the actual thing is officers like that things are being recorded more often. That's why every officer that I know likes body cams. Like we like the having of body cams because we know that we do the right thing almost every single time. And that just gives us proof that what we knew already, that we are doing the right thing. So if you think about even past 2020, when there was a bigger push for officers to get body cams, think about how many officers now have body cams. I'm wearing one right now. And then how many abuses of use of force have there been? If every single officer is wearing a body cam, and almost every officer probably is, or being recorded by a squad cam or something like that, and there was just a crazy amount of abuse going on, you would know about it, right? Because all the footage would be out there, and it's accessible. It's public access. Like anyone can have access to it. Now there are stipulations depending on agencies, but and there are instances that pop up here and there, but dealing with use of force situations, it's not pretty. There's no way you can tackle somebody and it looks pretty and comforting.
Right.
It's kind of like the old quarterback rule. Like, I know how you hit a quarterback now. Like, there's no good way. It's whenever the referee wants the flag, they throw the flag. So we've embraced certain aspects of social media, but we've also, some aspects of social media are out there just to get clicks and self-promote. And just because you have the right to do something doesn't mean you should do it, is the thing. So there are things that people have the right to do. Like you could request an open records request on like 8 hours of video every single day from the police department. So you do that every single day. We have a person that's their job, is they have to go through that video, and because people have private rights, they have to redact everything that could point to another person, a private residence, anything that's in a police officer's notebook that could be private information, because officers are able to access information that is not released to the public, and we have to go through certain tests and stipulations to have access to this information. So someone has to literally sit and watch every single video that has to do with that incident and redact all that private information that the public can't have. So you're basically wasting the taxpayers tons and tons. And now if you have a legitimate reason, that makes sense. But if you're just doing it for not a legitimate reason because you're looking for content or something like that, there's consequences to that. That's going to drive. We're going to need more people to do that. The more people that ask for it, so we're going to need more employees to do that. And pretty soon you're going to have to just employ a whole electronic division of people that just go through video and redact things. And we have an open records person, and they are busy. They are busy with all the open records requests that we have right now, and that's what they do all day long. And we could use more people to do that, to be honest with you. So it's kind of like an unintended consequence. The other thing is people want to get things on video, and they want to get too close to the action, where they themselves put themselves in danger or could be interfering. You gotta remember, like, if we're taking someone in custody and you get close to us, we have weapons and things on us that we do not want you close to because our back is turned to you. So that's why when we say get back, we want you to get back. Or we're on a traffic stop, don't go walking up to that traffic stop. You don't know why we're pulling that vehicle over. Like, I've already pulled over vehicles and someone walks up and says, "You don't have any reason to pull that person over." Well, how do you even know? You don't know anything. Like, I could have ran the license plate and it came back stolen. There could be a suspended license. The person could have a warrant inside.
Right.
There's gonna be ample amount of reasons that you don't know. And then you interfering with that staff then focuses the officer's attention on that and not what they're actually intended to do. So give officers space. Most of them we all have recording devices on. We don't really care about the recording aspect. It's how close you're doing if you're interfering with a custody of an individual. So, and if you're worried that if you don't get that close-up shot, everything is open to public record, so you can access it. But I would advise and that you shouldn't just be doing blind open record requests because you're literally spending the taxpayers' money for the purpose of promoting maybe a YouTube channel or something like that. So, but it's to each their own, and if they have the power to do it, they can. But there's just some things that people maybe have not considered when it comes to that access.
Great information, great update today, and hopefully we get to meet the new member of the force next week.
Yeah. One thing I got probably like maybe a minute I can squeeze in.
Of course.
Another thing, because we started talking about animals, is leashing of animals and control of animals that we kind of run into. So a lot of people, they love their dogs, and they're like, well, I know my dog, and my dog is not going to hurt another dog, so I will run my dog without a leash. That's great. I'm glad that your dog is like that. But the person that's walking their dog on the leash, they might be walking their dog on a leash for a purpose. That dog might be dog aggressive. And when your dog that's not on a leash walks up to a dog that's on a leash and is dog aggressive and that dog gets attacked, who's at fault there? It's the person that doesn't have their dog in control on a leash. I get it. We love our furry friends, and there are times and spaces where you can have them off lead. We have 2 very nice dog parks in the city of Fond du Lac. That is the time and place for that. But like having your dog roam free without like electric fence or a fence or anything like that under control in your yard is not the time or place. You don't know who's gonna walk by, and you don't know if it's a dog aggressive dog. I've run into this myself walking my dog, and they're like, "Oh, it's okay, my dog's safe," but maybe mine's not.
Right.
Maybe mine's not, and I don't want to get in the middle of a dog fight. So control your dogs out there, so they don't get into those fights and stuff. Because a lot of those dogs that are dog aggressive are rescues, because they're rescued from an environment, kind of on point of what we're talking about, from an environment that's unsafe, and they have bad feelings towards other animals or people. You don't know. That's why it's important to have your dog on a leash.
Great PSA. We'll catch you next week. He is Lieutenant Ryan Williams, behind the badge, KFIZ Today.